got a question for you. Are you a jammer?
Are you a jammer? What is a jammer? A jammer is a person who takes action to bring out the best result in themselves. If this definition resonates with you, then you are a jammer. Join the experience as we jam away depression, doubt, fear, and lack of motivation with Lady J, the fitness lady.
Peace and love, jammer. How are you today? I got a question for you. Did you get a chance to take a breath today? If not, I got you. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a breath. Take a breather. Relax your muscles. We're gonna take 3 breaths through our nose and out through our mouths, okay? Because I want you to release some of that stress. So let's breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. And out. Move that stress. We don't need it. No. Always remember to take a breath, because sometimes we be so in a rush. We got to get this, we got to get that. Take 10 seconds and just breathe and relax. So today we're going to talk about trauma. Why don't we want to talk about trauma, especially with us? It is very important to discuss traumas. And if you have children, and if you also are busy, you got to make sure you talk to your children and let them know that I'm here for you. If you got something going on, is somebody bothering you, let me know. Is somebody bothering you in the house? Is somebody bothering you in school? You have to communicate with your child or children. Because when I was coming up, I experienced getting touched at a young age, and I was introduced to sex at a young age. I'm not gonna say no names, but as a child, I was sexually abused, and then I abused other people from what I've experienced. And it had a lot to do with me being obese and me covering that hurt up by dressing like a boy. And when we go through these traumas, we try to cover it up with a lot of stuff, keeping ourselves busy or not talking about it. Me personally, I was angry, but I didn't know where it was coming from. I suffer with an identity crisis. I was being something that I wasn't. I was confused about my sexuality, and I didn't know if I liked the girls, if I liked the boys. It's like, I'm confused. So that was based on my childhood trauma. And I thank God that I didn't have that done to me until I was like 10 years old, because the foundational part to life is from 1 year old to 7. And a lot of people can be touched earlier than 10 years old. And I know now that that's the issue. That was the issue with me growing up, me not seeing who I was until I got the help, until I shared with my mom and my father, like, this is what happened when you were gone. I'm not blaming them, but they had to know, because that was my healing process. Me going through that, me experiencing that, had to do with a lot of me being angry, me being obese, me carrying on that frustration, that pain. And then I finally came to conclusion like, oh, that's why I was always upset. Oh, that's why I always wanted to dress like a boy, because I was afraid. And me carrying on that weight showed that. And I'm not saying that's everybody's issue. A person can experience her father leaving her, or his mother leaving him. Anybody can experience different things when it comes to trauma. And so how I dealt with it, I started to ask questions basically to the spirit. I wanted help. I know that something was going on with me. I was experiencing rage, and I'm like, why am I feeling like this, and why is this happening to me? And I start asking questions, and I receive those answers. And when we talk about trauma, we cover it up, and that's not a healthy thing to do, because when you're covering up the trauma, you're doing more damage than good. And when I was having those challenges, I was in angry management, and I was in angry management in high school. I started to act other than myself. My brother was a big influence because it was just me and him. So I started to act like him, and then I started to get my own identity around my sophomore year, but I was still holding on to that trauma. However, in 2002, July 4th, I decided to stop eating meat, and I changed my whole entire perception on myself. Like, I need to lose weight. And with the help of my grandmother, may her soul rest in peace, she helped me, and she inspired me to go further into health, And I can say, dealing with that trauma has helped me unbag things and help other people unbag things in themselves, because it's all up here. And one thing can stimulate that trauma without you even knowing. And you wondering why you're emotional when somebody say you got big lips, or you're emotional when somebody touch you the wrong way, because as a child, you've been introduced to sex at a young age. So it's a lot of dealing with yourself and being real with yourself and saying, hey, I got issues. I have mental issues and I need help. There's nothing wrong with that. And when you take that step, that first step is going to open up many doors of healing. And I can say, and I can bear witness to that. It's a challenge. It is. But it's a great reward at the end of the day. So this is my trauma, and I overcame that trauma. Now it's a stepping stone. I put it on the wall as a trophy because I did that. I overcame that with the help of the Most High. And I can tell you this, you can do it. You can accomplish anything if you put your mind to it. Don't let it stop you. Don't let it overcome you. You are the bigger person. So if you're suffering with weight, if it's not physical weight, it's spiritual weight, and you got to shave that weight off. So don't allow your weight to push you down so far that you can't get up, because you are great, and that greatness is in here. right in you, but it's buried under your hurt and trauma. So if you are listening to this, it's time to remove that trauma and the pain. It's time to stop suffering because you're not doing anything about it. So this is your day to walk in your greatness and accept your trauma and embrace it. But it's a reward, I guarantee you. Thank you for listening to my trauma. Well, excuse me, not my trauma. What was my trauma? And I hope this can help you and you can overcome this. Until next time, Jammer. Peace.
Join the experience today on youtube.com/jamfitness13 or visit jointheexperience.com for daily motivation and inspiration. Thanks for watching.